Hi, Warner.
Hey, Darcy, how we doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. So today's September 27th,
Yeah.
right?
Welcome to Lovettsville, 20180,
And it
Liberty
is
Radio. Anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour.
Liberty Radio time, right?
Time. There we
So
go.
this is the post-debate show. So we're 9:27,
Yeah.
post-debate. You know, the big question is, did you catch any of it?
I can't do it. I can't. I
Yeah.
can't listen for 5 seconds. I can't
Yeah.
watch for 5 seconds. I
You
can't
know,
do it.
No, same here. I watched it for about 10 minutes. I had to run to the bathroom and had dry heaves, you know. 'Cause,
I couldn't even. I didn't even want to have the dry heaves. I went upstairs. I told my husband. I said, "You are on your own." I went to read the Bible. Actually, I went to pray.
Yeah. No, it's funny. So yeah, so it's a post debate, right? And so what I have, so we're doing things a little bit differently today, right? And so we actually have a microphone here, which hopefully
This is
get a
like
little
radio,
better
like
audio.
real radio.
No,
like
absolutely, right?
Hi, Chris Plant. You're my hero.
And then we have just a different camera, but we have some. We actually have our first guest. Well, actually, our second guest. We had the vet
We
here
had
one
Larry, our
time,
veteran.
right?
Yeah.
No, absolutely. But we do have a guest, and we'll talk about him in just a second. But we're also going to have, and so if you see me looking off every once in a while,
In case they float in or fly in or
yeah,
walk in.
I have a little computer screen of which I have some stats and some information. So if I'm looking away from the camera, it's because I'm looking at that, right?
Oh,
But let's talk about our special guest tonight. So it's obviously a guy that you're crazy about.
Yeah, he's my hero.
One of
my
them,
heroes.
One of them, right?
Outside of you, of course.
And I've had absolutely right. And I've had at least one, if not multiple, conversations with Chris Plant.
I know. I'm so jealous.
Spill the beans. For 27 years, I could keep a secret. And I got diarrhea of the mouth here, right? So, yeah, I know you're not going to believe it, but Chris Plant is actually dropping by. He's actually next door at Bonnie's at the moment. And he was getting something to eat. I said, hey, you got to come over and be on the show.
What Chris Plant likes to eat.
No,
I bet he likes a juicy steak.
So, but anyway, so you hear the door open. He's coming in, and he's going to. We'll just have him stand behind us and chat with us.
Yeah, as long as everybody can see his face.
No, absolutely, everybody. Yeah, absolutely, right. So anyway, so with that said, so you didn't watch any of the debate. Now, did you get any of the news clips? From the debate?
No, I just listened to the radio this morning to see what Brian and Larry said.
Oh, okay.
And they basically said he had many opportunities to wail, and didn't.
Yeah.
And that the moderators didn't ask any questions that were significant to American people. They were talking about trade and talking about Trump, paying his taxes. Of course, we're going to challenge Trump on paying taxes, but we have nothing to challenge Hillary on.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Well, and what cracks me up about the tax thing is Hillary Clinton created the nonprofit called the Clinton Foundation, and 99% of the money that she gives every year goes to herself.
You know what, though?
She is a charitable.
Can we do that?
No, absolutely.
I need to be a
No,
charity.
absolutely. We need to have a thing called the Human Fund, and the buzz line would be money for people. That's actually
that can just replace all of the entitlement
no,
programs
absolutely,
then, right?
And that's actually straight out of a Seinfeld episode. So I'll have to give
Seinfeld. Copyright infringement, or what do you call that?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's what's funny is, she dodged on him about the taxes, and she evades him like crazy, right?
Well, I'm allowed. Remember, that's the mindset. I can.
Oh, absolutely.
But you can't.
No, absolutely. But I do like the fact that Trump said, hey, I'll give it up.
Yeah, you give up when you give up your emails.
33,000.
Yeah, well, that was one good thing he said. Yeah. Somebody else's comment was that they think he's holding back because there's 2 more, and that he didn't want to get basically bashed by not like he wasn't going to get bashed by the media anyway for laying it on thick on her the first time. Now, I hope that's a strategy because he's got to come up with some better responses because while you're sitting there reading his responses, you're thinking, why didn't you say this and why didn't you say that?
Yeah. No, I agree. I think, I think he did look, presidential by not, going where he shouldn't go. But I think in the next 2, it'll be much more of open style.
And hopefully he can do it in a way that says things about her factually and not emotionally or out of control or out of seemingly spite.
Well, the moderator took a bunch of hits, right? Because, he's a liberal hack. And all he did was Holt. Yeah, the Holt.
Oh, is he? Did you know they had him investigated to see what party he was registered under?
Oh.
In other words, that was sort of a warning to
Yeah.
his job.
Well,
That's what they were saying.
Who would? I mean, he would be nothing other than Democrat. I mean, you can't be in the media
Was he the
today.
one that used to be on the Today Show? Well,
Oh,
unless you're
I
on
don't know.
Fox, but then they're kind of
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Fox is
go ahead.
borderline.
Yeah,
But what I was
right.
going to say was, because he's just grilling, and he basically called Trump a liar. So, he said, "Nope, you supported the war." And he's going, "Nope, I didn't." "No, you did." "No, I didn't." Right? Well, come to find out today, Holt's wrong. Right? Trump did not support the war, and this is back in 2002. And here's the deal: I really didn't have issue with people not supporting the war at the time. To be honest with you, I wasn't overly,
excited
like,
about
let's
either.
go, start another war, right?
Exactly.
But
I don't think anybody wants to.
Yeah, but the thing is, once you're into it, shut up.
Exactly.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
And then
support
the troops, and that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Let's get in, that kind of stuff. But anyway.
Speaking of troops and patriotism and all that, guess who was wearing a flag on their lapel, and who was that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Notice that.
No, absolutely. It's the little things, right?
It is the little things.
And so, I always go back. So people have asked me, and I'm going to be honest with you, I think you can sympathize with this, right? So, people go like, Trump used to be a liberal. He used to hang around with the Clintons. He used to do this and that and the other, right? And to be honest with you, I think I think he functionally had no political aspirations, and I think he was probably politically agnostic. He may have had some opinions.
I agree with that.
But he was a businessman, right? And so he knew what it took to do business, right? And so he did those things. But I think he got to a point in his life. I got more money than I know what to do with.
But think about it, he is a businessman who sees opportunity.
No, absolutely.
I mean, what else is he going to accomplish business-wise?
Yeah.
I mean, he could probably come up with something, but certainly not to this.
And I think he's looked at the way our nation's been run for the last,
and thinking I can do
years.
This. Right.
Yeah, and I think he's just had it. He was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not catering to these people anymore.
Exactly.
We're going to make it. And I think that's why
he saw them going over the edge, because it has gone over the edge or off the rails.
And I think that's why he uses this term, make America great again.
Yeah,
I think he's seen this great nation of ours.
I mean, he employs hundreds of thousands of people.
I know.
He's not anti, capitalist or anti. He's making jobs.
Yeah. So the nice thing about if you're around Trump, you get a job. If you're around the Clintons, you get killed. Right? So my question is,
we joke about that, but that what my fear is, if she gets in the Supreme Court justices.
No.
This is it.
Yeah.
It is truly the banana republic, because when you have somebody in charge that has charge over every area of government, we don't. Joe Blow, you're gone. They'll blow you away at your house, or anywhere.
No, I agree.
Bye-byes.
I agree. Yeah, no.
See, that's what people don't realize, that they're giving up.
Yeah.
And people think, whoever gets in will be fine either way.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, we're about 10% lower in family income than we were, like 10 years or 8 years ago or something. I mean, it's truly, an entire decade that we have lost.
In the reality of their heads, how much money can you keep taking away from people that they cannot make it?
Well, I mean, Hillary thinks it's more. She wants to raise the death tax up to 65%. So let's make sure we understand what the death tax is, right? So and I'm going to use the perfect example, which is the family farm. So one of the little thingies that we have here in America is that the backbone of our nation is farmers, right? Right. And so, but this is what happens, in Clinton's America, right? Because she wants to raise the estate tax 65%. So you have a guy who's the farm has been in the family, his family for generations potentially, right?
Okay.
And it used to not be this way, but it is now. And so he croaks. Okay. This family has to sell the farm because there's a 65% estate tax on it. So unless that family can come up, now everything may be paid for, right? So let's say you got $1 million farm, and the reality is $1 million farm is really not that much. I mean, you're talking, 10,000, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 acres. You're talking about a bunch of stuff. 65% of $1 million is $650,000. So you actually may have had this land in your family for generations. You don't owe anything.
But now you
have
to give it to the government.
Well, now you have to sell it because you got to get $650,000 to pay the government. So now let's say, okay, we'll just take out a mortgage on the property, so it's worth $1 million, and they're going to do $650,000. But now all of a sudden you got $650,000 in debt. 15 minutes ago you had none.
It's crazy.
No, that's the insanity. And here's the thing: everything's already had taxes paid on it, right? So as their income comes in, that profit
has already
we've already paid tax on it,
right?
I mean, this
basically
is just
taking your
this
home
is just
from you is what
sheer.
they're doing.
This is sheer slavery.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right, you pay taxes out the butt all your life.
Right.
And then the gift that you get when you're dead is 65% of all of your wealth.
Basically, your family goes in debt and loses everything.
No, absolutely, right. And that is why there is the Clinton Foundation, right? Because they funneled all of their money that they've made into the Clinton Foundation. So that's non-taxable. It's non-taxable as income. And it's a nonprofit, so the nonprofit. So they don't care. I mean, she might as well make it 100% because she ain't paying it, right? I mean, that's the corrupt nature of the Clinton Foundation, right? But we're just simple people, so we can't have a huge trust fund basically for little Chelsea. Because that's all it is. Because Chelsea's the head of the foundation, if I understand it right. Or works there. She makes like $500,000 a year.
Yeah.
And nothing.
Nothing.
Right. So anyway.
But go ahead. Give her your vote. Give her your house. Give it to her now.
Yeah, I vote. Let me get those for you. I vote Clinton prison 2016. That's my big thing.
I told you about the sign. Hillary for president. I'm like, that is.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
But that's what I mean. That is what's so scary to me. I mean, they will take away everything that anyone has. Yeah. People will be homeless all over God's creation here.
Absolutely. I mean, that's why over 50% of the people in America get a check from the government. Now, some of that's Social Security, but we just got so many people on food stamps and entitlement programs and things like that.
And half of them shouldn't even be on it. They're just working the system.
There's
a lot of people that should be on it, but they don't even want to ask for it, and they don't apply for it, and they should be on it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. No, the whole thing's insane. I mean, the left will not be happy until they have absolute, communism in this nation.
Well, until basically they've looted everyone's personal finances.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Speaking of that, should we talk about Charlotte at all?
Yeah.
All that's
but let me talk. Let me
mention let's continue with this. Yeah.
So just to wrap up the debate.
So what was the general consensus of who won and why?
Well, I mean,
depends on who you ask.
Yeah, I mean, the press already had the press releases, out. Hillary wins by a landslide. It's like, Trump dumps or whatever,
Trump.
But what's funny? Yeah, I mean, it was a foregone conclusion. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
But the reality is, so I did because the media's bias is how we all know it.
Oh yeah.
And they like to go like, ooh.
Right.
Like,
I don't know who you're talking about.
You.
Yeah.
Media.
Us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but so what I did, the first thing, because I knew the pages were going to change, right? So I went to CNN, ABC, CBS, and NBC's web pages.
Okay.
And Fox as well, right?
Okay.
And I did a screenshot of what the morning news was, right? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I was actually a little disappointed that I didn't get more dirt than I had hoped, right? Because
that's good news to me.
Because actually, ABC, CBS, and NBC weren't as obvious about it. So they had worded a couple of things in there, right? But they weren't as obvious. But then I went to CNN.
CNN and NBC are the worst.
CNN. So this is where I'm looking over the TV screen. So CNN, they got a picture of Trump, and it says Trump takes the bait, right? And then on the side, they have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They got 11 additional articles in every title, basically, except for one, bashes Trump. So one is Clinton repeatedly interrupts Clinton. Trump repeatedly interrupts Clinton, right? So, he's rude, right? And so Trump complains about the debate mic. That makes him seem shallow, right? Why was Trump sniffling so much? Now all of a sudden he's a cocaine addict, right? According to Howard Dean, right?
Doesn't believe climate change is man-made. Arrest him for that one, because
absolutely.
that's what they tried to do in California.
No, absolutely. And 50,000 scientists have agreed with him. Yeah, right. So, but it's just the list goes on and on and on. It's always, with the goal of making Trump look bad, right? And, the whole thing's insane. So CNN, by far, no comparison, had the most slanted, splash page on their website. It was just comical.
I tell you what, if I was related to any of those writers,
I know.
I'd have to disown them.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So where did the bubbles come from?
So I made that graphic.
I wondered that was you. Okay.
That was a Warner infographic, right? I may
You're
slip that in
tech
here.
savvy.
I may slip that in
Oh,
here.
wouldn't that be?
Yeah, I may do that. But yeah, no, it's just total insanity.
It is total insanity. Yeah. Well, it's total human psychic manipulation is what it is.
Yeah. No, she's in the little church we go to at Cornerstone, not little, there's thousands of people, right?
We have like the biggest church ever.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I think I'm going to try to make it tomorrow evening.
Oh, do.
Because I can take my dog if it's cool enough outside.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I don't know. So it just so happens in our, the thing where, so on the weekends, he goes like straight to the Bible, right? Genesis 1 to Revelation, right?
Yeah.
But we're in Daniel, and we're in the little prophecy pages, right?
Right.
And so, and we're in the end times, and we were talking about the Antichrist,
exactly.
right? And so I like that one little Facebook meme that says, sexism is believing that the Antichrist is a male. And then there's always a picture of Hillary there, right? So I actually, if she's not the Antichrist, she's dang close. She's related. She knows him well. Right? Oh, yeah. So it's because she's
distant cousin, something.
Something, right? There's a common gene.
Seriously, I like I said, I couldn't. As soon as my husband turned it on, I saw her face in a red dress. I'm like, I can't do it. I went upstairs. I didn't want to even hear the voice. I closed the door and I just said a prayer and got in the shower.
Yeah. So
I can't do it.
With that said, okay, what is the significance? This is like a guy asking a girl a fashion statement question. This is serious, right? I'm not even kidding.
Right. I'm not even kidding.
So she wears a red dress, right? Why? And the reason I asked it is Barbara Comstock wears red all the time, right? So there's something, I know.
Red's a power statement.
And it's that. Okay, I
think about it. The woman in the red dress, woman in red.
I always think of the Scarlet Letter, so
Oh yeah. Well, that might be more like. But no, woman in red is like powerful thing. Because if you wear red, you're gonna stick out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never wear red actually.
Yeah.
I almost ordered a red sweater today. I'm like, X-nay that, because then I thought about that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's just funny because I've always noticed Barbara Comstock always wears red. And then she just happens to wear it as well, right? So she normally wears her little communist outfit that...
the blue pantsuit.
Yeah.
Thing. Was this a dress or a pantsuit?
Oh, she hadn't worn a dress.
Did you hear what they did with her podium, though? Because she's so short. Right? Yes, so that she looked taller.
And here's the thing. So I didn't watch it hardly at all, right? But the entire time I did watch it, they never pulled back, right? It was side by side. They had, Trump's, wait, let me get this right. Trump's face here, Hillary's here with the bar in the middle. Yeah. So you could never look at them, you never really saw them.
Like in the whole context of the scene.
And so you didn't see... somebody this tall and then somebody this tall, which was what she feared, right? Which is why they did the thing. So, so they did that on purpose to accommodate her.
Oh, no doubt in my mind. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
because they asked originally if she could have a step up.
Yeah.
And they said no, but we'll make the podium lower so you look higher.
Yeah. Nah, just more corruption.
Well, it's all about messing with our minds. Fall for that. Take the bait, dude.
No, absolutely, right.
But I think the other reason maybe she wore red is to go in with the red, white, and blue. But she didn't wear the flag. But she wore red.
No, absolutely, yeah.
But I think the red is just a power.
But red is for communism as well. So I think actually she does it not in retrospect to our nation.
Red.
No, absolutely.
You can't see the.
It's the Macbeth.
Yeah.
Washing her hands, right?
Yeah,
couldn't get the blood off. Yeah, Pontius Pilate did that as well, right?
Yeah.
Right after he said,
off with
you kill him, right? Yeah. So I'll authorize it, but you kill him, right? And he washed his hands, man, right? He said, don't be causing trouble here.
Guilt-free.
Yeah, no, absolutely, he didn't care. Okay, so let's mosey on to Charlotte.
To Charlotte, yeah. that happened. Something else happened. Did you know that was yesterday morning there was a shooting going on in Houston, but all they could do was the media was bash Trump that morning.
Yeah. Well, you know, the funny thing I saw.
Trump, they decided not to talk about a shooting in Houston Mall.
Yeah, sometimes like some of the news you get in Facebook, right? It's like 3 years old, right? So I saw that, and I saw the police chief basically urging people to turn people in who had guns, basically, right? Because instead of just turning in people who were evil and wicked or something. Right? So, but yeah, I mean, what do you know about it? I really don't know anything.
All I know is that basically the media didn't give a crap about that because they were too busy giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
But my other question is, remember the other shooting or stabbings that were taking place in Germany at the shopping center there?
Yeah.
But Germany is gun free, so where are they getting the guns if they're totally gun free?
No.
I mean, is that not a good question? Right there goes gun control for you. Nobody supposedly has one, but then yet somebody managed to come up with one that wanted one bad enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the common narrative, for the left is, if we get rid of guns, our cities would be safer, right? Which begs the question, why isn't Chicago, like just a big, like Disney World?
Exactly.
Right, or Baltimore.
Right.
Like, King's Dominion.
They have more gun control than anybody else, but they have more shootings than anyone else.
No, absolutely, right? And so, it never, people who just don't really think through it.
No.
They just go like, oh, yeah, no, absolutely, guns are the problem. Right?
Yeah, because these guys out on the street are really going to go in to fill out all the paperwork.
I know, yeah. Well, what's funny is, so there's Hood College, right, that's up the street in Frederick, Maryland, right? Well, apparently they had this, like, gun debate, right? And I just saw it on the front page of the paper, just really read the headlines and like the first paragraph, right? But I thought it was interesting because I always know how these things go. It's the same conversation
over and over.
There's nothing different, right? Nobody comes up and says, "Oh, we found this genetic disposition for people," right? It's never that. It's always like let's kill people, right? So and so the reality is 33,000 people last year, quote unquote died. Right, at the hands of a gun. Right? But more than half of it, I think 22,000, they were suicides.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah, and so and the suicide rate in the United States isn't really that much different than the rest of Europe. Right, meaning people who are suicidal, they're going to find a way to kill themselves. Right, so gun is convenient, but bottle pills is as well, or sitting arrest or whatever. So so it's not the gun issue, and so that means there's 12,000, and then you can narrow that thing down to I think there's 2 people who legally own guns have murdered somebody, right? Out of the 33.
I know. Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
And so, but what kills me, the narrative. So we have about 35 or 38,000 traffic fatalities every year. So, if we just compare the two side by side. So we
should really take people's cars away.
No, absolutely.
Make them take mass transit.
No, absolutely. 100%.
It's just like your example of this killer mouse.
No, absolutely. The assault mouse, right?
Right.
And I got 2 of them. Okay. Right. But anyway, yeah, and so yeah, to following that logic train.
Exactly.
So if people are getting killed with guns, so we got to take away guns from everybody in the population.
Right.
Then you got to say the exact same thing about cars. We got so many car deaths. We got to take, people's transportation away and only have government with cars, buses, and stuff. And just like
required to take government transportation because we're not responsible enough to drive well enough so that we don't kill each other.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And which is in line with once we take the guns away from all the people, then the only people that will have them is the government. So we have the government owning guns and the police and the military and
they're the only ones that are allowed to own private vehicles as well.
No, absolutely right. Yeah, because they're better than us, right? But anyway, yeah, but nobody ever goes down that road, and there is zero. Because here's the deal. I mean, there's a lot of people that kill themselves in their vehicles. Right? I mean, they just, they just drive into a tree.
Right.
Right?
Or go in the garage, turn it on, and
Yeah. So anyway. And so, but anyway, yeah. So, that level of sort of insanity, right? Now, so let's talk about some more about the Charlottesville thing, or the Charlotte,
North Carolina.
Yeah.
All the looting that took place after the cop. And see, this is the thing. Everybody. Boy, I'll tell you what, talk about armchair, what do they call it? Armchair quarterbacking. Like, everybody can tell a cop how to do their job, but most people are too chicken. They never want, most people don't want to be
Yeah.
a police officer,
Yeah.
but we're all going around telling them how they should and shouldn't do their job,
Yeah.
and about their training. If you've never been one, you probably don't know about their training. And I would just guess that probably 95% of them are good guys. And the fact that they don't talk about that it was a black cop that killed the guy, you know, and not that that even matters more. That I don't even care what color the cop was.
But it matters to them, right? Because
they didn't talk about it.
No, because that didn't fit into their narrative.
Exactly.
The police side did.
The police side does.
And so it's like, well, you know, if it was a white cop, it'd be much better.
Right.
A black cop. So we won't talk about that.
But at least it's a guy killed by a cop.
No,
right.
And here's what's even dumber, right? So you have, you know, a black gentleman, you know, killed by a black female cop, right? And the chief of police, if I got this right, is black as well.
Right.
So everybody who's involved in it is black.
Right.
And they had all these black people screaming in the rioting, you know, death to white people, right? It's like there's no white people involved here, man.
Exactly. I mean, that just proves to you that those people that think like that, they just want to be the victim. They want to be able to get away with something and have an excuse to get away with it.
Well, to me, it's
and so you're going to loot your own. That's what I mean. Like, obviously, they don't respect themselves or where they live. When you're willing to loot the town in which you live and steal things, what are you doing? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, and that actually is a perfect segue into my article this week, because I talk about connecting the dots, and I think I have in there, I think I do, that you know, most people just aren't connecting the dots, and I think I make the statement that I fail to connect the dots, that when a black female officer shoots a black man in a predominantly black city, how that entitles people to a brand new TV from Walmart. Right?
What are you missing?
Because immediately.
Or Jordan tennis shoes.
No, absolutely, yeah. You know, it's like
all of a sudden I have a right. I'm a victim. I can have whatever I want.
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, it's almost like they're sitting around at the
Because
funeral.
2 wrongs make a right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, they're sitting around a funeral. It's like, hey, you know what you gonna do afterward? Like, I thought we'd go riot Walmart. I need a new TV, right? Yeah. And the other guy's going, I need a new pair of Air Jordans, right? So we're gonna go riot.
But like, and the thing is, it's like these aren't even young people out there. These were older people.
Yeah. But I will say, and if this is true, that you know there are apparently quite a few of the little rioters were imports, right? In other words,
that's always the case. And you know, I heard that mostly the rioters in Baltimore were imported.
No, absolutely, right.
Because the people that live there don't want the trouble there.
No, I agree.
They're already living in a bad enough neighborhood. They don't want any more trouble.
Yeah, no, you know, it's just unfortunate.
People hiring people to riot. Yeah. And we live in a good, what does Chris Plant say?
I know. I wonder if they report that income as taxable. Do they get to write off the bricks that they lose, right? It's like, well, I brought 10 bricks and I only brought home 2, so the 8 is a business expense, right? Even though they stole them from the street up the stairs, you know, up the street there.
I'm going to do what my husband says his boss does all the time. He just does this. I just don't get it.
I know. Yeah, I just am always amazed, you know.
I just can.
But definitely read my article this week because it's about this stuff, right? And I think I titled it "Connecting the Dots," right? Just people's inability.
But see, this is the problem. The media is not going to. They're not going to write about or tell about all the dots. They're going to leave the dots out, like you said, that don't fit their narrative.
Yeah. And well, it's just like the bombing that happened a couple weeks ago, and I think we talked about it last week because we've done this now 2 weeks in a row, right? Because we had been
actually we
helter skelter there,
yeah,
right. But you know, we had those bombings, right? And so you know, Trump calls it a bombing, Hillary calls it a bombing, right before she doesn't call it a bombing, and chastises Trump for calling it a bombing, right? But you know, the amazing the amazing thing is you know, I lost my train of thought.
What were we saying about? Oh my gosh!
Well, connecting the dots.
Connecting the dots. Yeah.
You know, they were so. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So you know, instead of covering the bombing,
right?
They just wanted to cover Trump,
right?
Right.
Well, they want to make sure they cover him trying to be an idiot in their mind.
No, absolutely right.
Which is why they never talked about the Houston shooting. Nobody knew that happened because they were too busy making sure to bash him so Hillary could win the election.
Yeah, instead of the actual bombing, they wanted to talk about, you know, Trump calling it a bombing.
You know, daggone well in today's world, you're not going to get any factual information on the television. Forget about it.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to that. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Duck.
So in this case, if it blows up like a bomb, smells like a bomb, kills a bunch of people like a bomb, it's a bomb, right?
How about like chopping your head off, terrorist?
No, absolutely.
But don't call it that. Can't be that.
Absolutely right. They were just protesters, right? So Obama said that
they had signs up in the school. I think this is true. They were talking about it this morning. For those of it who need, the safe, their safe place and triggers. I mean, really?
Yeah.
The language at the Hofstra University where this took place.
Oh, yeah.
Sexual assault and sexual language may be discussed, and if these are triggers, please know that you can find help.
It's called electroshock therapy, right? Stick a paperclip in electrical.
This? You know what?
Electrical outlet.
That's going to send you over the edge. But running a truck over people on the beach, watching someone get beheaded on YouTube by ISIS, that's not a trigger. But no, talking about their promiscuous past is going to be a trigger.
Anytime I pull a trigger, a bullet comes out. So I know where my triggers are, man. And I know where that safety is as well. It's just insane.
It is insane. And I really just don't believe that majority of Americans are that gullible and that stupid. I really find that hard to believe. But some of them think that because we're for Trump, that we must be the most uneducated, uninformed people ever. And I'm going, really?
Yeah. No, it's insane. So here's the deal. So when I'm an engineer, right? And I work in and around engineers.
I'm a hair engineer.
Yeah, well, what the hell happened to me?
I didn't do that to you. You did that to yourself.
But so I'm an engineer, and so I get in a lot of conversations. But the thing engineers do quite often, because there's a whole bunch of different kinds. There's mechanical, electrical, aerospace. There's all this stuff, right?
Right.
Is sort of before you engage in that conversation, you sort of present your bona fides, and you sort of ask the people you talk to, because you want to make sure that you talk to them, in a manner that's one, respective of their knowledge base.
Exactly.
But two, you can cut out all the bull crap, right?
And get right to the
meat,
right? Exactly.
And so we do that all the time, right? But when I hear people say stuff like that, I really don't know how to talk to them.
I know,
right? Because you've now gone from like an adult, to some kind of like 2-year-old
infantile with no,
yeah. It's just like
the look on your face says it all. You just are blinking, you're trying to connect their dots.
Yeah, and the funny thing is when people say stupid stuff, I really think they're trying to be funny. I mean, because I say stuff, with the goal of being mildly amusing, right?
Right.
And so I say crazy things all the time, and it's really meant to be funny. But when I hear other people do it, but they'll be like deadpan serious.
Serious, exactly.
And then I'll be like, I'll be like, oh, did you mean that?
I know. And then you have to act like, I was only kidding. I wasn't really meaning to laugh.
And then I have to pause for like 3 seconds, because the next thing out of my mouth was, are you really that stupid? Because I didn't perceive you as being that stupid. But I guess you are, right? So, no, absolutely. It's insane.
It's the twilight zone.
Now, are they still rioting there? What's the deal?
No, I think it's over for the most part, because, we're probably going to move on to something else here really soon.
I've just never figured out what happened to the big water cannons. Right? They used to have these big, fire
Actually,
trucks.
That's a really good idea. No kidding.
Yeah, and they had the big water things, and they were spraying them, right? So I always go back to, and I'm sure I remember it incorrectly, right? Because when I was really young, but I've seen videos.
Was that when you were at the 7-Eleven?
No, even younger. So if you look at Martin Luther King, right? And so, personally, he, was a challenge, right? But, reality is, he did, civil disobedience and peaceful protests, right?
Right.
So, I don't think he ever got a free TV out of the deal.
No,
right?
I don't even know if he even ever asked for one, really.
No, absolutely right. Yeah. But I always consider, Martin Luther King winning, right? When you see all of those, and I don't know if it was in Alabama or whatever, all the protesters, peaceful, coming across the bridge, and you had these cops just beating the crap out of them, right?
Yeah.
And they're like down on their knees kind of thing, and they're just whacking. See, I mean, to me, that was like, okay, all that's over now.
Exactly.
Right? We finally got over it, right? Because
right.
you had to have the balloon had to pop.
Exactly.
And the white guys with the billy clubs beating a black man who's down on his knees, what is functioning in prayer.
Yeah, that's enough to make you want to just.
Yeah, and now they just sort of sit back and let them just riot, loot, take a brick in the face and stuff like that.
It's totally the opposite. Neither one is right.
No,
both are terribly wrong.
I could never be.
What happened to middle ground in anything? Yeah. Like we go from here to here.
No, absolutely. Yeah, the whole thing.
There's no common sense middle ground. Forget about that crap in anything.
And you can't even have the discussion about it.
No.
So now it's all about microaggression. Oh wait, did you hear the thing about the little jokes surrounding that 800-pound gorilla that was shot? Oh, you remember that gorilla?
Oh yeah.
So what was his name?
In the,
like Harambe or something, right?
A name only a gorilla could have. I don't remember.
Yeah.
The one where the little kid got in.
Yeah. They had to pick him off, right? Well, apparently there is some jokes going around about it. I don't know what the joke is, and even I read the article. Even when they talked about the jokes, I didn't get it.
What's the joke?
I don't know. But apparently using, I'm going to call it Harambe in these memes or whatever, it has been, something people do. So I think Clemson or some university in South Carolina, big one. I think it was Clemson, banned it. And they said they will kick you out of school if you use the Harambe guy, monkey or gorilla in like a meme. Kick you out of school.
For why?
Why? And I'm trying to think. I don't know because they say it's basically racist and it's microaggression. And I'm going like, who's equating the Harambe guy with any race? Right? In the context of the jokes. That's why I say I didn't get it. And listen, I'm on the cutting edge of humor here.
Yes, you are.
I get them.
It's insanity.
Absolutely.
There's no reasoning. There's none.
Absolutely, right?
Let me be the victim. Somehow we'll find a way to.
Yeah.
But my question is, when did it become bad to be black? I don't know, call it Asian. You can't even pick a word anymore. We couldn't even say Asian in cosmetology school.
Yeah.
When did it become bad to be any one of these things?
I know. I don't know.
Why is any of this bad?
I don't know.
That's a pretty face.
Yeah. Now, with that said, so I'm actually. Now, with all that said, let's see if this works.
Now, having said all this, why aren't I 50 points ahead, you might ask?
That was actually the wrong one.
Is this really for real?
Oh, yeah. Have you not seen this video?
No.
This cackling shrill. Oh, yeah. Well, we won't do it on the video.
Okay.
But why ain't I 50 points ahead? No, the one I actually meant to do was this next one. See, we're gonna start throwing in sound effects.
What difference at this point does it make? It is our job.
It's the cackling shrill, right?
But what difference at this point does it make?
No.
That all those people are dead.
I know. And she repeatedly says, "Nobody died in Libya." Really?
You gotta be kidding me.
Because I think, no, absolutely, right? Because she talks about how great a job she did in Libya, right? So the whole place is in chaos. Tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people.
Because of she.
No, absolutely, right? They probably get food stamps from us, right? Yeah.
That was their immediate concern, which is why they're all dead.
Yeah. And, my biggest issue when she makes that statement, right, is that,
why does no one care about that? Because nobody even knows what the heck frickin' Benghazi is, let me tell you.
I know. What bugs me when they make statements like that is we precipitated that violent overthrow of Gaddafi. Now, I mean, I'm glad he's dead,
right?
From a conceptual standpoint, right? But tens, if not hundreds of thousands of people died in that, and we started it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like taking gas, throwing it in there, and then with a cigarette, boop, right, and then just backing off, right? I mean, she's directly responsible, as far as I'm concerned, for the deaths of tens of thousands of people, to include 4 Americans. And so, and while I'm respectful of the 4 Americans, I'm also respectful of the 10,000 or 100,000 people who died.
Right.
Just because they're not Americans doesn't mean they're not human beings.
Right. What lives matter to her is my question.
No, absolutely, right.
Besides your own.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. And then, the thing about, you got to watch that video. Yeah, the 50.
What news channel was that on?
Oh well, what it was like a fundraising clip. It's like 5 minutes long. We'll watch it afterward. Right?
Okay.
It's just too funny. She's just cackling. I mean, I just when I don't look at the video and just hear her, I just imagine this witch at a cauldron, right? Stirring up,
Can you imagine if you were hired to do her hair?
No, absolutely. Who was it? Was it Snow White? Yeah, Snow
Yes,
White and the
Snow
Seven Dwarfs,
White,
right?
yeah.
With the witch
Which
and
is-
the cauldron.
and gives her the poison apple.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, that's like her.
Somebody said no matter who you put in front of her during the debate, she's cold as ice. Nothing would phase her because she knows she's untouchable.
Oh, I know.
She's proven
Damn,
that.
she's gotten away with
Everything.
multiple murders. Right?
Oh yeah. The Justice Department has no
financial fraud.
They know their lives are at risk too. So,
Oh,
like I
absolutely,
said, once you have all branches of government, all basically manipulated by their leader, you're done. We're done.
No, absolutely. Yeah, you literally turn into a third world animal.
We are.
One of the things that.
Oh wait, our guest.
Our special guest. Oh wait, are we? Well, he hasn't knocked on the door yet.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah. So whenever he knocks on the door, we'll.
Okay.
He's probably having a dessert.
Right, coconut cream pie at Bonnie's. Do you remember when we had a special guest in the very beginning?
Yes. Ronaldo's Magnus. Hey, right there. I got a picture of him. Wait, where's it? Right there.
Right, that's right.
Right? And that's a print. And some people had to pay. I have a little thing over here as well, but you can't see it in the camera. But I paid for that print. So you had to pay. So they were.
You could get big bucks for that on eBay, dude.
No. So, well, the thing about it was when they first came out. So there's only a limited edition. I got number 6 of 100, right?
Really?
Yeah, but people, you had to donate $10,000 to one of the campaigns in order to get that and dinner, right? And trust me, I didn't pay $10,000.
I was gonna say, when were you gonna like?
I paid substantially less for that, but a guy donated it, and they were raising money for the Ronald Reagan lecture series, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I bought the thing. I donated the firearm and stuff like that. But anyway, so with that said, so now what else? So when is the next debate?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
I have no idea.
I don't either. Yeah, it's just
because I can't watch her, dude. I just can't do it. I can't do it. Life is hard enough. Listening to the others.
And anytime I see her speak, even by accident, I think she's doing a Saturday Night Live comedy routine, right? Because again, I'm thinking like surely. Somebody's not that evil.
When they even do sound bites on the radio between her and Obama, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. What difference at this point does it make?
Yeah. How do you?
I know, and to say that over dead Americans, man. And unfortunately, the congressman didn't really respond in the manner
because they're all controlled by them.
Yeah. And so
the Clintons control everything.
Yeah, if I was the congressman, at what point, what difference does it make, right? I'd go like, for the families of those 4 dead Americans, it makes a hell of a lot.
Yeah, and how about security around for our Americans around the rest of the world that are out there?
So
how about do you think that
you're talking about kids that don't have a dad? You're talking about a wife that doesn't have a husband,
right?
Right. So you're talking about a potential grandfather who never sees his grandkids.
Absolutely.
Never sees them graduate high school or college.
But if you're with the State Department and you're in some of these other third world banana republics, are you going to think, if she didn't give a crap about them, is she going to give a crap about you if something happens over there?
Well, again, in my article last week, I talked about the stars on the wall of the CIA, right? And so, those are.
I know that was good.
Yeah. Because here's the deal. I mean, I've never been in the military, right? So I can't really relate, right? It's just, but I mean, and thank God for those people who do, right? I mean, thank God for doctors or nurses, right?
Yeah.
And haircut, whatever, right? I mean, I'm just not that person, right? And so you go down the mall and there's all these monuments to young men who died and gave the ultimate sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
So in my little intelligence community world. The only thing is just some little bitty stars on a wall, right? And the bottom line is, and when I was there 27 years and 2 months, the number of stars, almost doubled.
Yeah.
Right. So, at this point, what difference does it make? It makes a hell of a lot of difference.
Buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those, died post, 9/11, post
9/11.
2001,
Exactly.
and there was a big group that died in 2013
Yeah.
in one of the bombings over there. I didn't even know that really until I went to see the stars. I didn't know that some of those people were CIA people, right? And the little stars up there, right? And so, so what difference does it make? I think it makes a lot of difference to a lot of people.
Yeah, and to those of you, in the NFL, stand up to the flag, will you? You bunch of yucca-pucks.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
You think he's here?
I think he could be here, but unfortunately,
we gotta go.
We're out of time. We're at 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Chris, next week. Can you come back next week? I think he said that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah. So Chris
he
Plant.
likes Lovettsville well enough. He'll be back.
No, absolutely. He's over there eating
Oktoberfest,
at Andy's.
so.
So he ate at Bonnie's tonight, and I think I'm going to tell him to eat at Andy's.
Make him a reservation at the
get him
bistro next time to make up for not making.
We'll get him a green room, in preparation next time for the thing. Yeah. So anyway, unfortunately, we didn't have Chris Plant on tonight, but we'll have him on next week.
We ran out of time,
without a doubt.
Right.
Right.
We'll get him reservations at the Market Street Bistro.
Because we're going to start having special guests.
Yeah.
On a TV.
Besides ourselves.
And we're special.
Really special.
So again, today is September 27th. It's post-debate.
Post-debate.
Right.
Post-Oktoberfest in Lovettsville, which was nutty as all get out.
I know. Wait, were you bummed that none of your clients could park?
I was a little upset, I have to admit. Yeah. I got mad.
Did everybody make it?
You know what they did? So I put it, being the non-Facebook person that I am, but since I have the business I put out a thank you to everybody that had an appointment. Everybody made it, and I had walk-ins, so I said thank you. One lady and her son, thank you, Laura. They came in on their scooters. She and her son. Like, can we put our scooters inside? Well, I said, of course you can.
That's too funny.
I know. People were awesome about it because they could easily have said, you know what, I'm not getting my haircut today. That's crazy.
No, absolutely.
So Lovettsvillians, hats off to you.
Well, so I had, actually 2 tents basically, right? One was a wigwam and one was a teepee. No, that's another joke. But I had to throw that in.
How does your wife do it? I don't know.
Yeah, she's heard them all. She's just like.
She's right. She's gone from laughing at you on.
But every once in a while, like I pump out a new joke, and she still thinks I'm funny if she's never heard it.
Right.
But you got to meet her the other day.
I did.
So I was busier than heck, right? Did y'all guys get a chance to chat over
there? A little bit, yeah.
Because she had to, I can't remember if she was going to pick up her daughter or drop her off. I can't remember what. She didn't have much time.
No, you're a lucky boy.
No, absolutely right. Yeah, she's.
I can see how you two could get along there. You're both like nice, normal.
No, absolutely, yeah. But anyway, so I did have 2 tents, and my thing is, I am big in community, right? And so I had one 10x10 tent that was really just my store, right?
Okay.
And then the other space, 10x10, I had a big table, and I gave out a total of probably, I want to say at least 300 free waters, bottles of water, right?
You're such a giver.
I know, and it's special. And then I gave out, I'm going to say at least 200, maybe 250 balloons, right?
Nice.
3 helium balloons, right?
Cool.
I gave out 3 big, massive bags of candy that you get at Costco.
Oh, that's great.
And then I gave out, a bunch of toys as well.
Yeah.
Right? And, again, it's
the rubber duckies, are they gone?
Most of them. I have very few left. Yeah, and I had a bunch of hats and stuff. I mean, kids. I just remember when I was a kid.
Stuff. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And what was funny was I had adults come over. I finally had to hide the hats because I had adults coming over to get them, and they were wearing them around. Right?
I'm going like, no.
No, I was like, buy a gun, buddy. The hats are for the kids, right?
Hats are for the kids. You buy a gun.
Yeah. But the neat thing is I gave out so many balloons that toward the latter part of the day. So I looked across the little mall area, and there was all these little balloons, right? I mean, there was actually,
and that was
it was noticeable that there was a,
yeah.
And the funny thing was, and it was worth it all if I saw this one thing. So there was one kid out there. So all my little balloons, I tie a little weight on the bottom, right?
Okay.
That way they don't fall.
They don't fly.
If you let it go, it didn't fall off, right? So, but there was this one little kid, probably maybe 3, right? Probably not 4, but 3.
Is he walking?
He was, definitely walking, right? Somewhere between 2 to 3, right?
Okay.
So in the big open area right there in the middle of the squircle, he played with that balloon. It must have been at least 30 minutes.
Really?
It was the funniest thing, right? And so, yeah, the mom, I think it was just a mom, or maybe, yeah, I think it was just a mom was there. But she was sitting down, doing whatever, right?
Yeah.
And just letting this little kid,
Do his thing.
enjoy, a Sunday, a beautiful, or Saturday,
Yeah.
beautiful Saturday, with something as simple, as a little,
balloon.
And he was doing all kinds of things with it. I mean, it was funny,
Really?
yeah, because he was like making up games that he could play with himself, and little things like that, and it was just sort of neat.
That's
right?
very neat.
No, absolutely. And then, that's part of that, the Lovettsville small town, small
Absolutely. No. It's a beautiful
concept.
scene in time. Yeah.
No, absolutely, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
the
nice.
nice thing about it is, when you sort of look over it, right? That's that kind of, who was the famous painter that did all the drawings for Life magazine?
Jeez.
I'm drawing a blank on it, right? Norman Rockwell.
Oh,
Norman Rockwell,
geez.
right?
Say that all
I mean,
the time.
it was a Norman Rockwell painting.
That's exactly right.
Right, a moment. Right.
Boy, you should have taken a picture.
No. I didn't take
No,
one
sketch.
picture, which was rare for me. But
You're exactly right. That
yeah.
is truly a Norman
Yeah,
Rockwell moment.
because
Yeah.
with everything that's going on, with everything that's wrong on the planet.
That's what's still right.
No, absolutely right.
Yeah.
And
Then he was playing with a balloon and not looking at a phone. Even
No,
that little,
absolutely.
those,
No, absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's a
just
beautiful thing.
No. It was really. I mean, I really sort of liked. I mean, because I got all my kids are grown now, and they're beyond all that.
And he has no idea how fascinated we are by just watching him.
By watching him,
Yeah.
we're fascinated with him being fascinated
Fascinated, exactly.
with the balloon.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway,
Anyhow,
okay.
We'll sign off once again.
No, absolutely.
Right.
We could have had Chris on.
Yeah.
Screw it.
He's probably left
Next
by
week.
now. Yeah.
But anyway, so with that said, I'm Darcy.
And I'm Warner Workman. Thanks for listening to Liberty Radio Hour.
Liberty Radio Hour, again, 9:27. God bless, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. Cheers.
Right.